Very good morning dear students. Welcome back to the class. This video is for class 10th subject science chapter number 12 electricity and this is lecture number 7. Dear students, in the last lecture we have studied about the heating effects of electric current. In today's topic we are going to study two topics. The first one is electric energy. Second is electric power. Electric energy. As we know, electricity is a form of energy which can be transformed into other forms by using suitable means. Here, we will learn how to calculate the amount of energy or electrical energy consumed from the work done by the electric current. Yes, it is the electric current which is doing some work, or you can think of that we are not consuming electrons in our daily routines. When we are using some electrical appliances, we are not consuming electrons exactly. We are just utilizing the energy of electrons when the electrons move from one point to another. So basically the main motive is the movement of electron. That means movement of charge is important. So to move the electrons in the conductor, we need some kind of work to be done on it, and that is electric energy. So you can define electric energy as the work done by a source to maintain a current in an electrical circuit is known as electric energy. The work done by a source, that means there is a requirement of a source that can move that electron which is there in the conductor here. But if it will not move, then current will not flow in the conductor. So to move this electron, we need a source of energy. We want a source which can move this electron, and that is what? That is potential difference. Now, the work done by a source to maintain the current in the circuit is called electric energy. So, let us understand that how to calculate the electrical energy, or you can say the work done to move the electrons in the conductor. So here you have a circuit in front of you. Here in the circuit we have a conductor AB. It can be any other electrical appliances which is connected in series with the potential difference source, that is battery. It is providing a potential difference of V volt, and the same potential difference is shown in the ends across AB. Let I current is flowing through the circuit for T time. I current for T time, let's say Q charge is flowing to maintain the I current. So that Q charge will be given with the help of this equation, that charge is equal to the current into time, because we remember the equation I is equal to Q upon T. That means the current flowing in the circuit is equal to the charge flowing per unit time through a uniform cross section of a conductor is current. So from here we have calculated Q, which is given as Q is equal to I into T. So Q is our charge. If Q charge is flowing and V is the potential difference across the ends of the conductor, then we have electric work done that will be equal to the potential difference into charge. So we have W, which is electric work done, and potential difference, that is V. Charge is Q. So W is equal to V into Q. For Q, we already have a value. Q is equal to I into T. So if we put it here, we will have IT, because Q is equal to I into T from the previous equation. So now we have W is equal to V into I into T. So when I current is flowing for T time and potential difference of V volt is applied, then the work done to move the electrons, or you can say to maintain the current in the circuit, is given as VIT. As we know that work done is equal to the energy, so we can also write it as electrical energy is equal to V into I into T. You must be remembering that this formula is equal to the heat energy developed, because that is also a kind of heat developed. That is also one form of energy. Here, this is electrical energy. This is not specially the heat form of energy which is developed here. This is the electrical energy, or you can say the work done to maintain the current in the circuit. We can also have the modified forms of electric energy, like according to Ohm's law, we have V is equal to IR. So from here we can put the value of V is equal to IR into this equation. If we do so, then electrical energy, let's say we write it as with the help of E word, then on the place of V we will write I into R into I into T. So this formula becomes I square RT. This formula is one of the modified form of electrical energy. We can also write as I is equal to V upon R. So I can be written here in this way as well, that if we write V into V upon R into T, so the formula becomes V square by R into T. In the last lecture, we have seen that how to utilize these various modified forms of electrical energy or heat energy developed. Now, let us find out the units of electrical energy. So, if we talk about the units of electrical energy, then we know electric energy is having a formula V into I into T. So, for V, we have volt, ampere, and for time we have second. Because the units of electric energy depends on the voltage, the potential difference, the current flowing in the circuit, and the time for which the current flowing is in the circuit. So we have volt, ampere, second. Volt, ampere together are called watt, W-A-T-T. So now the unit becomes watt second. Watt second together are called joule, which is the unit of electric energy. So SI unit of electrical energy is joule. If we have to define 1 joule in electrical energy, then we can say that electrical energy will be 1 joule if 1 volt potential difference is applied, 1 ampere of current is flowing through the circuit for 1 second. So if we have to define 1 joule, then 1 joule is the amount of energy consumed when electrical appliances of 1 watt is used for 1 second. Now, joule is a very small amount of energy. 1 joule is a very small amount of energy. So, for the commercial purpose, a bigger unit is used, or as we know that in commercial units, a large amount of energy is used. So, for commercial purpose, a bigger unit called kilowatt hour. We were having watt second. Now we are having kilowatt hour. So this is the commercial unit of electrical energy. And we can define kilowatt hour as the amount of energy consumed, or you can write it as 1 kilowatt hour. The amount of energy used when the electrical appliances of 1000 watts are used for 1 hour. So when 1000 watt, which is volt into ampere, product of volt potential difference into current. So if that much rating of electrical appliances is used for 1 hour, then that electrical energy consumed will be 1 kilowatt hour. If we have to convert kilowatt hour into joules or watt second, then we can write it as this. We have as 1000 watt. Hour first converted into minutes, then it will be multiplied with the 60, then converted into seconds. So that means we have this becomes, and this is 1000 watt. So the total value becomes 3.6 into 10 raised to power 6 joule. So 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to power 6 joules. Our second topic is electric power. Electric power, as we have studied about the electrical energy, so when this electrical energy, or it can also be called as the work done. So the work done by the current flowing through a conductor is called electric work, and the electric work done per unit time is called electric power. That means this is the efficiency of consuming the electric work, or you can say the electric energy. So we can define it as electric power as the amount of electrical energy consumed in the circuit per unit time, denoted by a word P, and the formula for it will be electrical energy, which is equal to the work done per unit time. So power is equal to W upon T. It can also be defined as the rate of consumption. Rate of consumption of electric energy. That at what rate this electrical energy is consumed in an electric circuit is called power. If we have to find out the units of power, then power is W upon T. W is having a unit joule and T is time, that is SI unit of time is seconds. So we can write it as joule per second, or it can also be written as joule second inverse, or we can also write it as, because for work we have a formula, because work is equal to V into I into T. So if we write work as this and time as T, then we are left with volt ampere, and together volt ampere is called watt. So power, SI unit of power is watt. You can also write it as W or watt. So if we have to define power in terms of watt, then it is work done upon time, electrical energy consumed per unit time is our power. It is written as 1 joule of work done upon 1 second. That will be our 1 watt power. So how to define it? When 1 joule of work is done in 1 second, then power is equal to 1 watt. When 1 joule of electrical energy is consumed by the electrical appliances in 1 second, then that rating, or you can say the rate of consumption, will be 1 watt. So what is a smaller scale energy value? That is why the commercial unit for power is kilowatt. That we have seen that was electrical energy kilowatt hour. Kilowatt is the unit of SI unit of SI unit of power is watt only, and the commercial unit of power is kilowatt. So kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt, or you can say 1000 joule per second. It can also be written as 1 kilojoule per second. We have some bigger units of power as well, and the bigger units are kilowatt, that we have seen that it is equal to 1000 watt, or it can also be written as 1 kilowatt is equal to 10 raised to power 3 watt. Then we have 1 megawatt. Then it is equal to, mega is always having a power 6, that means 10 raised to power 6 watt. Then we have 1 gigawatt. Giga means 10 raised to power 9. So 1 gigawatt is 10 raised to power 9 watt. One practical unit of power is also there, which we use in our industry, that is horsepower, written as HP, and this is the practical unit of power, and 1 HP, 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watts. Remember this value, that 1 horsepower is equal to 760 watts. what is the relation between the electrical energy and power. So we have derived the formulas for both. Electrical energy is equal to V into I into T, whereas the electrical power is equal to V into I. So we can also write electrical energy, because this VI together can be written as power. So electrical energy is P into T. That means electrical energy consumed is equal to the power into the time. One important point is given in your NCERT book in this yellow color at page number 219. It says that many people think that electrons are consumed in an electric circuit. This is wrong. Why? Because we know that energy can never be created and can never be destroyed. So we are not consuming up the electrons. We pay the electricity board or the electricity bill that we pay to the electric companies to provide energy, to move the electrons through the electric gadgets like electric bulb, fan and engines. So we pay for the electric energy that we use, not for the consumption of electrons. So energy can only be transferred. So we are transferring the electrical energy with the help of, we are transferring the electric current or the charge with the help of electrical energy by doing some work on it, and that work is known as electrical energy. So we are paying for the electrical energy to move the electron through the gadgets or to move the current through the circuits. And let us understand how to calculate the electricity bill that we pay to the electric board. Suppose the electrical appliances of our house have consumed 100 kilowatt hour of electrical energy in 1 month, and the cost for 1 unit, or you can say 1 kilowatt hour, is 3. So cost is 3 rupees per kilowatt hour. So the total bill or the total amount that we have to pay to the electric board for using the electrical energy is 100 into 3. So that will be 300 rupees. So this is how we calculate the electricity bill. That what is the amount per unit of electrical energy, and that we have to multiply by the total amount of electrical energy consumed by us in 1 month or say 2 months. So accordingly we will multiply it with it. So with this we end up the chapter, and your homework for today's lecture is do complete the NCERT exercise of chapter number 12, and that homework or the questions of NCERT exercise that you have to do will be available on ADQUAC website. So take the homework from there itself. And one more thing, that there are some of the questions, in-text questions, which are left while doing the work or daily homework. So that also you have to complete. Now let us see the homework solutions of lecture number 6. Homework of lecture number 6, we were having 3 in-text questions which are there at the page number 218. So question 1 was, why does the cord of an electric heater not glow while the heating element does? And the answer is, this is because that the resistance of the electric wire or connecting wire is less, because of which the current easily passes through it and heat production is very less. But the heating element is having a very high resistance, because of which the current is not passed through it and there is a restriction, or you can say a very high resistance. Because of the high value of resistance, heat energy is developed. Because of the conversion of electrical energy into heat energy, the heater glows and it provides heat and light. So as we know, according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So if we find out the resistance, then it is V upon I. That means when the resistance is high, then this value will be lower, or you can also write it as I is equal to V upon R. Here you can see that when resistance is high, current will be low. High resistance, less current will flow. If the resistance is low, then high current flows through the circuit. So, when the resistance is less heat is developed in cord, electric cord. And when resistance is very high, then heat developed is also very high, and this is in case of heating filament of heater. So that is why cord does not glow while the heating element does. Question number 2 is, compute the heat generated while transferring 96,000 coulomb of charge in 1 hour through the potential difference of 50 volts. So let us see the solution. So here in the question we have been provided with Q as 96,000, potential difference as 50 volt, and time given is 1 hour. So let us convert this into, charge will be in coulombs and time will be in seconds. So 1 hour should be converted first. So that will be equal to 60 into 60, that will be 3600 seconds. T time we have. As we have to calculate the heat generated, so for heat generated we have a formula VIT. As we have Q here, so instead of Q we can write it as V into Q upon T into T, because I is equal to Q upon T. So from here value of I can be taken here. So T is cancelling out and we are left with V into Q. So there is no need of conversion of time into seconds. So we have 50 volts and charge is 96000, and this value comes out to be 4 zeros, and if you are multiplying this comes out to be 480. So if we are putting a decimal here, then it will be 4.8 into 10 raised to power 6 joules, this way. So this is the amount of heat generated while transferring the 96,000 coulomb of charge through a potential difference of 50 volts in 1 hour. Question number 3 is, an electric iron of resistance 20 ohm takes a current of 5 ampere. Calculate the heat developed in 30 seconds. So we have been provided with the resistance and the current. So accordingly we will use the formula. So the current given in the circuit is I, and that is having a value of 5 ampere. Resistance is 20 ohms and time is 30 seconds. As we have to calculate the heat generated, so heat developed will be I square RT. Because we know that this is one of the modified form, or you can say Joule's law of heating, that heat developed is equal to I square RT. So by putting in the values of I, R and T, we have 5 square into 20 into 30. So we have 25 multiplied by 20 into 30, and that value comes out to be 15,000 joules. So this is the amount of heat developed in electric iron of resistance 20 ohms, which is having a current of 5 ampere for 30 seconds. So this is it for today. Do practice for the questions based on electrical energy and electric power and complete the exercise. I am giving you 1 day to solve the exercise, and for the next day we'll discuss all the questions of NCERT exercise in the lecture itself. So in the next lecture we will do the exercise, and then I'll provide you one assignment related to this chapter. Till then, take care and goodbye.